What's going on, guys? We're back with another video on how to stop buck sale or pat sale, depending on what playbook it's in. If you haven't already looked at the sticking up play out of the Saints playbook, that video we just did, make sure you do, because that really explains everything in detail. We're just taking that and breaking it down to a second video just to make sure that you see how it works against this. So we're going to pick the WS Splits 3 and pick the buck sale. And we want to do that flipped so that the player comes from this side. So again, what we're going to do with that player is we're going to go ahead and cross them there, and we're going to cross it on the B. So that's how it's going to end up looking. Now these guys are kind of next to each other. It doesn't usually get in their way, but if you want to, you can definitely just kind of take one apart like that just to make sure that you're good to go. And then same thing presides. You can move this guy up here. You don't have to be as far with this guy just because the threat of anybody up the seam is a little less likely in a bunch set, because you've got a player there. And then again, you want to move this guy down here, and you want to put that player on a quarterback spot. Now, what people are doing with this play is they're basically going ahead and max protecting, putting the B on a slant, and they're motioning him to the right. Okay, now the biggest thing that's going to be tough, guys, is that there's so much in bunch. But this is only in a couple bunches, so that at least helps you out. That says if they're doing this play, then they know you're in Pats or in the Bucks, right? So at least gives you the option of not having to defend, say West Coast bunch, right? So, but this does a pretty good job of defending each bunch just the way this is, because you're cross-manning that X receiver, which is really a good thing in all situations. And then you're basically trying to cross-man the B receiver, especially if they do a motion with him. So you're in good shape no matter what, right? So what you're going to do here is you're going to motion this guy over, and then they're going to hike it, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to look, and you're going to see that you're going to have that ability to shut down both sides, okay? I'm just going to get this guy down and kind of exactly show you what I mean. They're doing max protection, okay? Max protection, they're going to have time. Now, the thing is here is if you go ahead and watch these guys, they're going to go crossing here, and you're going to see that we know that the left receiver here is going to get caught by our player. We've already seen this in the other video, that this route held by the player where he's at, we're going to be able to lock him down, okay? That's the new Patriot player, Josh Gordon, over there, right? So here we are. He's going to be able to get locked down. Now, the right receiver here is going to get that cross man from that player. Again, when he's over here, it's going to be less likely he's going to get as much of a lockdown. But as long as he's close nearby, it gives us the opportunity to kind of close it down a little bit, right? Because if they try to do any type of playmaker up or anything like that, we're going to be better positioned for that. But look where our seam flat ended up. Okay, I love the seam flat from this position. That's why I put him there. Because he goes out, he covers the first initial break, then he comes back and he waits. He sits underneath that slant pattern. Doesn't allow him to get through that ball. So as a user, once you see that there's only 3 routes in the field, one is going straight up the field, at this point, I'm going to try to go underneath the slant just for a second, and then I'm rallying down to go after the quarterback. I don't want him to sit here all day and wait for these guys to go bounce off the walls. What's great about this is that, see that they both ended up at this point, and they're just shuffling. They're going to about to move. We went ahead and set this up. If you're down, you've already established that they're not going anywhere, that's when you want to come back and attack this, okay? That's how most people are running this play from the left hash, but I'll show you on the right hash how it would work the same type way, right? So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take this Allen and put him on B, put this guy on X, move this guy down, move this guy over, which again, not as much as a big deal. If this guy doesn't stay there, it's not the end of the world, but you kind of want to get him there if you can. And then this is basically how it is. You're going to remember that they are going to max protect, and they're going to put the B on a slant, and they're going to move him over. You should expect that this slant from the short side, just like before, is going to be the tougher route to cover. So you want to make sure that you cover that guy down the field and don't worry about the lone sign guy, because you know he's going to get covered. So they're going to move this guy over. They're going to hike the ball, right? So I'm going to look up here. All right, now I'm going to wait for this B go down the field with him, right? Now you can see that he's not going to be over there. I'm going to come back at you, and they're pretty much dead to rights, right? What a big time play on, and a lot of people like to run on this, is say the Pats verts like this, and they like to motion this B over to the right and do the same type hike. Well, with this setup, what you're going to see is that's going to be another thing that's going to be really nice for you, right? Because you've got the ability to man that player up from the inside position. You're going to be able to kind of get them there. So this is why if I see something like that, where I see that the A goes outside, I want to kind of follow that a little bit. But again, just like before, RB is our guy, okay? So I want to make sure you understand. I'm going to show it to you without it. It's not like you have to freak out about it, but RB is your guy, because if you're going ahead and letting all these guys go, RB is going to get free over there. So you got to make sure that he is going to be the one that you're looking at, right? So I'm going to hike this ball. When I do it, and hike the ball over here, now you're going to throw it to the B. Look who's there. The manned up guys there, okay? Most people aren't going to expect you guys to be manned up over there just because of the way that the play is designed. So if you look over here, they're most likely going to be looking at the deep player. Does he back up? Okay, he's open. Like at this point, they're saying he's open. So they're going to throw that ball, and then you're going to notice that this guy is going to be able to get yourself a pretty decent opportunity at a pick. If not, if they're trying to throw it to the tight end in the middle, that's going to be something that's going to be kind of tight for them right away. And then you kind of go from there, because it is something that you can take away as a user, then cover the player in the middle. Like you can see here, I go cover this right away here, and if they don't want to throw it, then we can go ahead and peel off to that other player down the field. So this defense does do a good job of at least slowing down some of the other meta plays that are in this formation. But really the meta that we're looking for is how to stop Pat Sale, or called Buck Sale, or the play in the Saints playbook, the sticking up play that a lot of people are going to right now.